the first houses of this area down here. We have this big one here. And I planned out first 2 smaller ones here. And we also have this one. And okay, this tunnel I completed. So it looks nice the whole way. And over here, I'm not sure what we will have. Maybe a house in that wall. Maybe just the garden thing. I don't know. We'll see. Progress! We have these 2 new buildings here, right next to each other. This one is just 2 floors tall to cover too much of this window here, or anything of it really. You can't see it from the down here, and it is covering this window, but at least the top one is not covered. And then we have this big building. I ran out of prismarine, as you can see. It doesn't have a roof here, and it has a little balcony. And this entrance is a bit funky. I played around with several designs, wasn't really happy with any of them, so this is where we are at the moment. And if we go this way, you can see that it bends here, like it turns over the road. And this part have a almost completed roof. So this is the shape. And this is what it looks like from this side. So this hole right here, we have a door to our house. This is going to be a pumpkin farm, because well, the people who are living here are dead. They don't need to eat, but the rich people still like to. And the people living in this palace was eating pumpkin pie, I thought. Or, oh, I was probably going to put pumpkin pie here, but I didn't have any item frames, I'm gonna guess. But either way, they like to eat pumpkin pie, and to eat pumpkin pie, you need pumpkins. So, we're going to have a bit of a pumpkin farm here. And it's fenced off because they don't want any of the other inhabitants taking their pumpkins, because pumpkins are very valuable in this place, because everything is dead around here. As you can see, like, oops, all the trees are dead, all the bushes are dead. If we go over here to the bushes places, everything is dead. So it's hard to grow pumpkins. So there's going to be like, all of this is gonna be a pumpkin field, and there are gonna be lots of like, or rather very few pumpkins. Like, they're gonna have a very low success rate or whatever, because everything is so dead. So they are valuable, the ones that actually grow. And that's the idea there. And these 2 still don't have ceilings or doors apparently. But yeah, I was thinking of fitting some sort of building here. Haven't decided how or what. We need a larger building here, at least matching this in size, I think. And a building here, obviously, also about this tall. There is no space on the back side here. So that should be it. 2 more buildings and we're done with the buildings. Of course, we have to do a lot more work, but that's a big part of it. However, we're currently out of prismarine. Again, obviously, we have used quite a bit of prismarine, as you can see. And I'm gonna go to our guardian work in progress farm and get more prismarine. So we're going to build something pretty crazy that I have been planning for a while, and it is a 1-button system to control all of our farms using the lectern and its new features. So we have this book here with 15 pages. Each page will be how do you say this? Each page will be for each farm, and so you have the wool, the bamboo, the melon, the pumpkin, sugarcane, flour, and then we have space for more. And so depending on which page you have open on the lectern, the system, which is currently not built, is going to link this button to that farm, and if that farm is on, these 3 lights will turn on. If it's off, they will turn off. So first I just had this light, but then I added these 2 so that when you're in this book you can see the lights down there. Every time you switch it will flicker them, but if they stay on, the farm will be on. And yes, let's build this thing. Okay, that's the main part of the build. So if we now go, let's say 6, then if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, the 6th torch is on, and it have lifted up those 3 blocks. Wait, why haven't those pistons up there triggered? Something is wrong. That's okay, we will fix it. Okay. So everything looks good over here. Oh, I haven't put any redstone on these pistons. Of course they are not working. Oh, that might be. Okay, and the redstone. Okay, no one will move. Okay. And now it should be working. Let's see. So if we change to 5, now in theory only 1 should be pushed up, and that is right, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. That one is higher. Good. Okay, so here, oh, oops, we're out of these repeaters. Whatever, there will be repeaters along here. This is our button input. So the signals can't be sent. Signal can't be sent through glass blocks. It can only send it through where this is, and it is a very short pulse because we have this here, which turns the long button pulse into a very short pulse, and then on the other side here we're going to have a sticky piston that I don't have, but we're going to have a sticky piston here which will move a redstone block back and forth for each of these. Each of the inputs. Now we have all those repeaters and pistons in place, so if we, let's say, go and we press the button, the lights won't stay on because that's not built yet. But the third one will stay out. And went over there, we can put it here. Press it again, it goes in. We go to the fourth one. Press it, the fourth one goes out. Press it again, the fourth one goes in. Okay, now that is done, so if I click this button, the lights turn on. And that is our pumpkin farm. So if I change it to, let's say, melon, the lights turn off. If I change back to pumpkin, the lights turn on because the pumpkin farm is on. And you can turn it off. You can add multiple farms on. Okay, there, we can turn that farm on. So now over here, see, they will turn off. Melon, they will turn on. Pumpkin, they will turn on. They will turn on. And that is our farms, gamerules. And now we just need to connect to the respective farms, which will be easier said than done, I think. But yeah, anyhow, let's go, I guess. First machine have been connected. It was the closest one, so this is the easiest one. So it's currently off. Go to the wool farm. We turn that on. This should send the signal down there, and that should activate the wool farm. A fence there. Nevertheless. Okay, it's actually active. So that worked. Cobblestone lying around here. Oops. Okay, great. Now I just have to connect all elements. And that should be all of them finished. And the melon one is currently on, but the pumpkin and sugarcane should be off. Yep. And then we go up here, we have pumpkin. Let's turn the pumpkin on. Let's turn the sugarcane on. And they are both on. And that's all of our wires. Oh, that's funky. There is redstone running on top of here, but you can't see it from here. Okay. But yeah, I've replaced all of the cobblestone that we had our wiring on, because we have had all our wiring on cobblestone, which is what I usually do when you can't see it, but I quite like it on the white concrete when it's like the red against the white. So I replaced a lot of our redstone to have concrete, like all our new lines. And it looks pretty cool, I think. So that is all of those farms, all farms that we had connected. This is one I also want to connect. However, that is easier said than done. Because I don't know how to get a signal to here. Because what we need to power is the hopper beneath there to turn it off. And as you can see, it's very tight. Like, we don't have any space beneath. Because, oh well, we have that. We have the space for our sorting system here that we haven't built. But yeah, and right here we have this. Oh. So the only way I can see us getting this signal, okay, would be, we can't power that, but we can power this through here, I hope. Maybe. Okay. Okay, this shouldn't affect any of the redstone down there. and then we get the signal over here. That? Nope, nope. Well, that's okay because we are doing this. Okay. So now we have this. How do we get this signal out of the way? How high? Okay. Can do that. Could we? Right, we have. This is not easy. We could. Yeah, let's do it the easy way. That? Hello. Do you like my redstone? Bet you do. Okay, and now we need to connect this to the next one. So I'm gonna get on that. I changed it a little bit so the signal goes into a block and this hopper goes down and then over, and that now turns off this hopper. So when this is off, this will not suck things out. So as you can see, it's on, we're in the flower farm. We trigger this, it turns off. Now that signal down there should be on, and the bone meal can't be sucked out. So, yes. That is some good progress. So, hopefully soon we're gonna make a villager breeder and a villager shopping center, trading center. And so I came up with this machine here. It is nothing new, but it's my own design. So we will have a villager. Oops. No, no, no. My god. I don't like villagers. They are so annoying. Okay, we'll do it that way then. Oh. Okay, and it will drop it in there. And the villager is now stuck in here. It can't move out because it's taller than the space. We can move in though if we want to. And then we can, theory, put a lectern, and that will give it trade. It's like, oh, respiration. We don't want respiration. And then I believe it will lose it eventually. If it's the right time of day, and then you do it again, and you can change the profession or use whatever workstation you want. But that's not the point here. The point is this. No, it's a zombie. And if we cure it, they will give us a very big discount on their prices. Obviously I don't have the resources to cure it, but throw a potion of weakness at them and then we give them a gold pencil, they will be cured. And that's that. And then we have this button that drops it. And currently, just not in straight down here, but then you would have a collection area. Okay, we are. Oh, and before we leave, there's just a zombie with a sword, diamond sword here, and the first button, this one here, will trigger this, which lowers the piston that is there, or triggers it, so that block gets lowered, and then it pulls the block that is there out of the way. It's not necessary. You can just not have that block, because if the zombie can't see the head of the villager, it can't hit it or won't hit it, but I don't know, it felt safer to me to have that block there, so over there. Then this button will trigger this twice, like first once and then after this delay a second time, we'll turn this thing on and then off, and what it does is it pulls that block down, then this gets triggered, pulling this in, and then vice versa. So if we take a lever here, you can see, like so. Okay, and that's that. And then I was thinking of using this system, and so the way this works is that the villagers will float through, and if there is not a villager in a hole, so there's no one standing on that pressure plate, then the piston up there will be extended, and that will stop the water and block it off. So when this villager comes here, it will fall down there, and the water will flow and it would continue. So that is the... And then of course we could have holes to talk to them. Oops, instead I made a baby. Whatever. But yes, most people would use minecarts, and that's probably the most efficient. But I thought it would be fun to try to use just water streams and stuff instead. So this hole right here, we just drop them basically in there, and then it would get the slot. And then we would have to do something at the end in case it's full. And yes, that is that. So I came down into our slime farm for the first time in a long time. And that one have apparently been still. This one's still. This one is not. Oops. Where is it? Okay. Hopefully it won't stop anytime soon. A few upgrades to our base. It's now called the Madhouse. And I put up these banners. So that looks nice. And I've also been working on extending our place. Also our pillager banners. So over here we have this, which will lead to a new tunnel going that way. So we'll get to more place. And we have the same thing on the other side. Over here. And I'm not sure if this will affect the spawns down there. I have a feeling that it will, but I hope it won't. And even if it lowers them slightly, it shouldn't be a problem because we have a lot of slime, like way more than we use. So that should be fine, I hope. And finally, I connected our this farm here to the mushroom farm, and we will connect it to the slime farm, I think, and we put farm. So we have wool farm, bamboo farm, melon farm, pumpkin farm, sugarcane farm, flower farm, mushroom farm, and slime farm, and then we also control our village breeder when we have them, which we don't. And this is what it looks like now. Lots of wires everywhere. And yeah, came up with some funky redstone doors that I thought I'd show. So first we have the 2x2. So instead of just pulling like 2 blocks to the side and 2 blocks to the side or up and down, it's pulling the bottom blocks to the sides and then it's using a double piston extender to take the top blocks down into the ground. It doesn't open like you expect it, and that makes it funky. It's very simple as well. Then we have this slightly more complicated 2x3. So the way this works is the sides are the same, but in the bottom it first, so when it's closed, it first pushes upwards because we have a double piston extender. So it pushes the bottom block upwards, which pushes the top block in that position, and then it pulls the bottom block from there and down into the ground. And on the closing, it pushes them down from here. So see if we do. There, you see how that works. And yeah, it's just funky. Pressing closes in a very convoluted way. And that's it. So I saw that things spawned, slimes spawned here in our slime farm, but they didn't track the golems. And so I came to check on it. All our golems are dead. I have no idea how, because we're all in those cages. I don't think any slimes should be able to get in there, because that's fences. So. Yeah, I have no idea how that happened. So I have wired up the slime farm, and this is what it looks like when it's on. Obviously the iron golems are dead, but we'll fix that in the future. And if we go here, slime farm selected, turn it off, and go back to the slime farm. And now it's completely flooded. Those sides there are half slabs, so nothing can spawn there. And now no slimes can spawn because it's turned off. So that is that. Oh, and we have this much slime. And while wiring that up, I got these slime balls. So even though there are no golems, still like produces slime, so it's not too big of an issue. Sure, it's a lot slower than it would be otherwise, but we have a big stockpile, so there's no rush on replacing those golems. It costs a lot of iron, and I don't have an iron farm. Also, this tunnel here, we will have space if we can continue these 3 tunnels to expand our base in the future. This is the mob farm that I've been digging, so we will be able to see into that from down here. I think that's pretty cool. Let's just block this off in case monsters. And yes, that's all we have for our base. So that will be all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.